Well, good evening and welcome to Bulldogs Hockey. We're live at the beautiful downtown Granite City Ice Arena. Tonight we're getting ready to square off against the Triad the Triad Knights. Your starting lineup tonight will be Luke Gunter, Wyatt Renderer, Jack Nemo, Gus Tolley on defense, Kyson Hoyt, and starting tonight in net will be Evan Drennan between the pipes. Also tonight, our sponsor of the night is Resman's Window Washing. Rachel's running a special. If you want to see a hockey game on a warm night in Granite City, she's got you hooked up. And our national anthem. All right, as soon as Julie Tolley's done washing windows, we're started. Hirschbacher will lift that in. That's off of the netting. And so we'll go ahead and get our first stoppage of play. We'll take the face-off just off the near frosted glass. On the draw is Hoyt. He's got Gunter and Renderer on the wings. Nimmo playing defense on this line. And that's in offside yet again. Not really yet again since it was off the netting the first time. Third face-off in 10 seconds. Hoyt tries to win it back over to Gunter. That was offside again. And so the Bulldogs enter the zone. They fire one off the leg pad of Kadich. Gunter going to work in the corner. Leaves it for Render, out to Tolley. He'll snap one that goes just wide. Into the corner, Nimmo drives the zone. He sends it around the inboards to Gunter. Triad intercepts. They'll try to bring it back the other way. Render gets a stick in the lane. Triad dumps it down and in. Tolley sends it back over to the far boards for Render. He'll find Gunter on an outlet pass. Gunter winds up, brings it in, fires a shot just wide blocker side. Render tries to put one back on net, and it's back the other way. Resman, fresh off the bench, picks the pocket of Perchbacher, and back the other way it goes. Over to Render. He makes a toe drag move, goes for a second. Triad will have none of that. Josh Resman Jr. picks it up, throws it around the inboards as the Bulldogs are changing. Hicks drives the zone, and that's cleared all the way out by McDowell. They wave off the icing, saying Arabic could have played it. Arabic, with a nice delay, gets it up to Hicks and Resman. Hicks will dump it down and in. That comes out right out front. Loose. And the rebound cleared out by Triad. They lined up right through the middle. Kick to the corner by Drennan. Jake the Snake Resman now behind his own board. Sends it up into the corner. Arabic gets it over to the far boards. Triad fires one. Drennan makes a save. Resman gets it into the corner for Josh Resman. Josh winds up over on the far boards. He'll turn on the afterburners as he goes right through center ice. Brings it in. Resman, forehand, backhand. And a poke check there from Kadich to knock it away. Hicks trying to work it off the boards. Urick gets it up the boards to Bly. Poke check there from Arabic, and that's in offside. We'll get a face-off off the Bulldog bench. We'll get Hoyt, Render, and Gunter up front, backed up by Nimmo and Cooper Hicks. Brought in by the Triad, knocked away. Gunter will send one into the corner, looking for the rebound for Hoyt. And they wind up Triad through center ice. Nimmo with a nice hit to knock Blevins off the puck. He'll clear it around the boards. Oh, Gunter with a big shoulder. He'll wind up through center ice. He fires one on net, and that's a glove save by Kadich. Triad trying to put some heat on the Bulldogs with a couple of big checks there, and it was reverse hits all the way. 10:51 left to go in the first period. 0-0 is the score. Josh Resman on the draw. Wins it back to Nimmo. Nimmo fires one. That's blocked off of a skate. Hicks, Cooper Flavor, back to pick it up. Sends it around the boards for Nimmo. He'll drop it back to the far side for Cooper Hicks. Up for Landon Hicks. Landon brings it in with some speed. Takes it into the corner. Off the boards it goes. Weiss there to help hold the zone. Dumps it down and in. Into the far corner it goes. Hicks will drop down. That's Cooper Flavor. He tries to push it out to Resman, but it's knocked away by Triad. Nimmo back to regroup. They'll send it over to the far side for Cooper Hicks. Hicks lifts it out to center ice where Josh Resman brings it in over the blue line. Fires a shot. That's off a blade. They try to center it off the back of the goaltender, possibly. Over to the near side for Weiss. He tries to get it out in front as Resman gets there. Hicks cuts off the clear out. Back over to Hicks it goes. He tries to get it out front for Weiss. And the Bulldogs will rim it around. Resman dances it down low. He'll drive the net. Fires one. Goal! Jake the Snake Resman takes the opportunity as he picks the puck away from Perchbacher, drives the net, and through traffic Is it Hicks or Resman? I'm not sure which one they give it to. Hicks went through the line first, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. 9:31 left to go in the first period. 1-0 Bulldogs is the score. Hoyt, Rinder, Gunter up front, backed up by Arabic and Jake the Snake Resman. Arabic up the boards looking for Gunter. He'll chase it into the zone. McDowell from Triad picks it up, fires it hard off the glass. That's going to go all the way down. They wave off the icing already. Perschbacher gets there, centers it right out front, and Gillis can't get it on net. Perschbacher holds it again. Arabic tries to cut it away. They battle, and Resman's able to clear it over to the corner. Perschbacher back out front for Gillis, cut off by Hoyt. He'll exit the zone at the pass to Gunter, and he'll dump it down and in. Kadich out to play the puck. He'll send it over to Gunter. Gunter working it through the traffic. Cleared out to Arabic at the blue line. He'll hold on to it, throws it down and in for Gunter. Gunter tries to center it. Rinder on the back door. Oh, they get back over to the near side for Gunter. He'll get it out front for Rinder. That's Hoyt gets a blade in the lane there as well. Into the far corner they go. Rinder trying to get it out in front. That's cut off by Perschbacher. Arabic battling with Gillis. Gillis gets it over to Gunter. Gunter winds up, fires one, and that's off the stick of Moore and into the far corner. Bulldogs going for a change. Gunter. And the backhand shot from Rinder is Kadich. It gets readjusted in his crease, and he'll cover it for a whistle. 7:58 left to go in the first period. 1-0 Bulldogs. Wearing their away reds tonight. Resman takes the face-off against Davis. Totally not able to hold the blue line. Hicks comes back to knock it away from Rosenberg. Carey tries to get it out front, and Tolley's there. He's got some time. He'll survey his options, gets it up to Hicks, who dumps it in. Back out to Tolley at the point. He's unable to hold. Carey will pick it up, brings it in wide, tries to work it over in front to Rosenberg. Shot saved. Rebound. Oh, picked up right in front as Drennan lost track of the puck. And Davis puts it in the back of the net to make it 1-1. $7:27 left to go. Davis will get tossed from the face-off against Hoyt. Rosenberg will come in to take the draw. Face-off one over to Rinder. He'll bring it into the zone, gets it over to Hoyt. Hoyt with a nice move. Trying to find some open ice. Tries to hit Gunny right at center. And he gets his stick lifted back down and in for Dortch. She gets tied up down low. They'll clear it around for Gunter. Gunter makes a move. Tries to exit the zone, but Carey with the poke check's able to hold on to it. Rinder almost sends it right out in front. Over to Hoyt. Back over to Rinder. He overskates it. And Dortch will chip it up. Finds Hoyt at center ice. Rinder there as well. They get it in the zone, but for only a moment. And loose puck left right at the blue line. They'll send it over to the near side for Blevins. He'll walk it in, fires a shot, kicked away by Drennan. Into the corner and out to the point. They send it in front, looking for the redirection. And Nimmo and Rinder will clear it out. They get it over to the far side for Hicks. Hicks skates in, shot, and a save by Kadich. Still going to work in the corner is Hicks. He'll take it for a skate. Tries to send it off a leg pad. Battling there is Resman. He'll send it into the far corner for Weiss. Weiss chips it back down low for Landon Hicks. Hicks gets it over to Weiss on the back door, and it's a one-timer tap-in to make it 2-1 Bulldogs with 5:42 left to go in the first period. And they're back on top. Two to 1 the score, Bulldogs. 5:42 left to go in the first if you're just tuning in. Hoyt with Gunter, and wearing number 35 is Justin Lai from Taiwan, I believe, our exchange student that the Bulldogs were just able to pick up. He moved to the district here recently and plays hockey back in his home country of Taiwan. Hoyt with it down low, sends it over to Lai. He'll wind up down the near boards, dumps it down and in. He's welcome to the area here by Gilliman. Working it down low is Gunter. Gunter right out front the line, and his first shift is a Bulldog, and he's on the score sheet. 3-1 Bulldogs. As number 35, Justin Lai, finds the back of the net on his first shift. 5:08 left to go in the first period. 3-1 Bulldogs is now the score. Josh Resman, Hauer, and Rinder up front. Hauer will chip it in. Backing up the defensive end is Arabic and Jake Resman. Josh Resman from the corner. Turns, tries to fire it. Arabic will hold it at the blue line as it came off a skate. Rinder there to knock it away. Hauer. He tries to get it over to Rinder. Rinder holding on to it. Out to Arabic. Fires one. Goes just wide as Kanich tries to stretch the leg pad out. Resman sends it over to Rinder in the far corner. Rinder fires it off the shoulder of Kadich. He'll drop it off for Jake the Snake Resman, who throws it into the corner for Howard. Howard leaves it go for Rinder. Resman over to Arabic. He'll throw it back in the corner. Howard back around the horn for Resman. He'll keeps it down low. It worked its way up onto the back of the net. Rinder with a big hit. And that's lifted out into neutral ice. Resman, over to Resman. Resman turns it over to Perschbacher. Perschbacher shoots one wide of Drennan. 3:45 left to go in the first period. 3-1 Bulldogs is the score. Orn throwing the body over there in the corner as he works his way forward. Resman over to Orn. He'll clear it out. They lead it up to Gillis, but Nimmo with a big hit on Perschbacher. But Perschbacher will get the final say on that one. Dolly will pick up the loose puck. Clears it up the boards. Oh, another big hit on by Nimmo. He's going to go to the box as TBL or Triad will get the extra attackers. They get the goaltender off. They'll bring it in wide. Fires a shot. Saved by Drennan. No rebound opportunity as Wittenberg is driving the net looking for any loose pucks. So Nimmo will go for 2 minutes. Probably an interference or a roughing call. Hicks on the draw, flanked by Gunter. Tolley and Cooper Hicks backing him up on D. Perschbacher tries to center it. Cooper Hicks with it. Winds up. He'll blaze around Urich. Takes it into the corner. Looking to kill off some time. Hicks holds it down low. He's got all but one Triad Knight holding him. And that goes off the blade of Perschbacher and Hicks up over the glass. And we'll get a defensive zone face-off. Arabic will come on and relieve Tolley. So Tolley and Hicks are your defensive pairing. Landon Hicks up front, getting ready to take the face off with Gunter. Gunter will hammer it into the corner, and Hicks will go in on the forecheck. Over to Cooper Hicks. He'll throw it towards the net. Kadich will chip it away. Back over to Hicks. Cooper Flavor. He'll try to work it down low. And Gillis will exit the zone with it. He'll bring it in. Try to work it out front. Gunter will clear it out. He'll throw it on net. That goes just wide of Kadich. He's calling for the icing whistle, but for many years, the varsity hockey is no icing, or you're allowed to clear it out. Cleared out by Arabic. He'll come in and pick Gillis's pocket. Still going to work. Hoyt now fresh off the bench. Holds the zone. Got another 44 seconds left to go in the Nimmo penalty. It'll go far side over to Jake Resman. He'll clear it out. Render in on the forecheck. Trying to knock it away. Jake the Snake Resman working it forward. He'll knock it away from Perschbacher. Triad will dump it down and in. Hoyt will send it around the inboards. Levens fires it towards the net. Drennan will make the save. Resman and Gillis going to work. They try to jam it in front. Drennan will say no. And Hoyt tries to clear it out. It's held by Urich at the point. Perschbacher again. We'll skate it out front. Turns, fires, and Drennan gets a glove on it. He'll melt it down for a whistle with 49 seconds left to go in the first period. 3-1 Bulldogs. Nimmo's out of the box, and the Bulldogs are back to full strength. We'll get Resman, Josh Flavor, Ammon, Renderer, Soley, and Cooper Hicks. They'll take the face-off just to the left of Drennan in net. One back to Tolley. Tolley shovels it around the boards. That's going to come over to Ammon on the near boards. I'm not sure how the Knights didn't get an offside there. They battle along the near glass. Ammon comes away with it. He'll shovel it into the Knights zone. Render battling on a back check. Ammon knocks it away from Matheny. And Terry will dump it in. Cooper Hicks comes away with the puck. Throws it around for Tolley. Render clears it. Tries to clear it out, but it's held. Tolley battling with Terry. Tolley works it around the inboards. He's poked away by Matheny. That'll come towards the net. And that'll do it for the end of the first period. Bulldogs have the lead 3-1. Bulldogs with a lot of opportunities here, a lot of ozone time through the first 14 minutes of play. Apparently Triad paid for the clean glass tonight. Down here at the Bulldogs end, it's mighty frosty. Drennan out to the crease to start the second. We'll have Weiss, Gunter, and Landon Hicks. Backed up by Nimmo and Dortch. Face-off won by Gunter. He'll chip it over to Hicks. Hicks will turn and dump it down and in. Gunter in on the forecheck. Cleared around the inboards. We'll come over to the near side for Reagan Dortch, who tries to work it out in front. Cut off by Bushagian, who clears it up the ice. Hicks and Blevins battling for puck possession. Nimmo chips it back the other way. Dortch comes in, takes the body. Shot. Saved by Drennan. Rebound opportunity. He tries to get it covered up. They keep trying to work it back and forth, side to side. And Drennan keeps sealing it up, and the Bulldogs have got bodies in front of the crease. They send it through. It's cut off by Gunter. And he loses the handle right at center ice, and he'll regroup. He'll send it over to Drennan, that extra third defenseman, where Dortch will pick it up. She gets her pocket picked in the corner. But Nimmo's there to back her up, and he'll bring it out of the zone. He'll throw the afterburners on, brings it in with Hicks, tries to work it over to Hicks, and Kadich will chip it to the corner. Landon Hicks trying to work it through the defense. Gets it over to Josh Resman Jr. He'll skate it into the corner, drops it back over to the far side for Hicks, who will send it out to Nimmo at the point. He'll try to make a move. Works it right down low. Shot, leg pad save. He'll send it over to Resman. Resman right out front for Hoyt. Shot, goal! Right at the top in the slot. Kyson Hoyt hammers it home with just a minute 48 off the clock in the second period, and it's 4-1 Bulldogs. Jake the Snake Resman and Deacon Arabic out to defend. Josh Resman Jr., Jax Orn, and Cash Wallace up front. Resman will take the draw. He'll win it back to his brother. Over to Arabic. Arabic over to Resman. He'll find some open ice. Up the boards, looking for Cash Wallace. They clear it out. Fire a shot. That goes wide at Drennan. Looking for Gillis, possibly on the backside. Wallace tries to clear it out. And Triad's able to hold. Arabic trying to chip it up to Wallace. Perschbacher comes away with it. Perschbacher trying for the wraparound. He centers it. It goes all the way through. And thrown into the far corner. Resman with time. He'll rim it around for Orn. Orn takes the body. And Resman clears it out. Gillis knocks it away. They bring it in, and a shot goes high off the glass. Orn pokes it away. Orn out there just playing Pele style. He's taking the body. Wallace will clear it out. Jake the Snake Resman with some time and space. Almost turns it over to Perschbacher. Gillis will pick it off. He'll fire a shot wide to Drennan. He chips it into the corner. Arabic around for Hauer. They hold the zones. Try to skate it through the front. It goes through the top of the crease. Triad back out to the point. Throws it down and in. Back into the far corner for Arabic. He's bodied off the puck. Perschbacher to the near corner, sends it out to Moore at the point. Moore tries to fire it towards the net, and Rinder gets a body in the lane. Rinder throws it down and in. The Bulldogs will tag up as they'll go for a partial change. Fired down the ice, Tolley gets a body in the lane as Carey tries to pick it away. Hicks, Hoyt, and Tolley in there trying to clear it out. Back down low for Tolley. He'll rim it around for Ammon. Ammon with some time. Gets it up to Hoyt. Hoyt throws it over across corner looking for Gunter. But didn't have enough on it to get all the way there. Hicks over to Tolley. Long stretch pass, but nobody's home. It'll go off the referee. Gunter will pick it up. He'll bring it in. Skates it wide. Takes it for a nice skate around the net. He's got Hoyt set up right in front. He'll send it out to Tolley. Tolley shoots one wide, looking for a nice rebound. And that's cleared out by Triad. Cooper Hicks from his own zone. 8:55 left to go in the second. 4-1 Bulldogs is the score. Hicks up the boards for Lai. Thrown in by Triad. Hicks looking for the stretch pass. Lai comes in, takes the body of Davis. And it's chipped down low. Lai picks it up, knocks it around the inboards. Hicks drops it off with the behind-the-back no-look pass to Lai, but Hirschbacher comes in, picks his pocket, and Gunter gets a stick in the lane, and he's so strong on his stick that he takes him out at the thighs with a trip somehow. So Hirschbacher will draw the penalty, and Gunter will go to the box. They'll take the face off to the right of Drennan. Weiss on the draw, wins it back to Dortch. They try to send it towards the net, and Nimmo will clear it out. Rinder trying to drive the zone. They set it up right there in front for Rinder. Forehand, backhand, shot and a save by Kadich. He'll leave it to be played, and Hirschbacher will wind up. They'll lead him too far. And Nimmo trying to clear it out, but the Knights are able to dump it down and in. And Dortch, not taking any chances, fires it on net all the way down. Kadich will set it up for Miller. Triad lifts it into the far corner. Nimmo rims it around for Dortch. Gillis will drive down low. Tries to center it, and that's cleared out by Nimmo. All the way down. Got a minute left to go in the Gunter tripping penalty. Triad sends it back this way. Hoyt gets a stick in the lane. Gillis still on the ice for Triad. And Nimmo takes the body of Davis. And Davis is going to go to the box, I do believe, for throwing the stick. Nope, that was Blevins, not Davis. So it's 4-on-4 for the next 37 seconds. And then the Bulldogs will be on the power play. .651 left to go in the second. 4-1 Bulldogs is the score. Hoyt on the draw. Hoyt wins it back to Aravik. He'll fire it towards the net. Loose in front. Hoyt working it towards the net. Right over to Hicks. Oh, right at his feet. And Rosenberg will pick it up. He'll skate it out of the zone and dumps it down and in. Resvin back to pick up the loose puck. That's Jake the Snake Flavor. He winds up through center ice as he tries to settle that puck. Brings it in wide. Drops it off for Triad. Hicks still comes away with it. He'll drive the net right over to Hoyt. Ooh, man, Kadich got over and robbed him of that one. Hoyt out to Jake the Snake Resvin. Bulldogs are back to full strength. They send it over to Resvin. Ravik will dump it into the corner for Ammon. Just out of the reach of Ammon. Hicks will go to work. That comes right out in front, and Candidates will give it the old Waffle House smother and cover. 5:49 left to go in the second period. 4-1 Bulldogs is the score. Another 59 seconds left to go on the Bulldog power play. Rinder, Ammon, and Gunter over on the wings. Win it back to Gunter. Comes over to Nimmo. Nimmo drop it down low for Ammon. Ammon from the corner tries to center it. Can't find Gunter. And it's back out to neutral ice where Nimmo will regroup. They'll send it wide to Ammon, and Triad will dump it down and in, and they'll tag up. Tolley with the stretch pass up to Gunter. Gunter winds up, brings it around McDowell over to Renderer. Renderer throws it down low. It'll come around to Ammon, who tries to drop it off for Gunter. But McDowell from Triad will get a stick in the lane. Gunter out to Tolley. He fires one, looking for the redirection in front, and that'll go off a stick up into the netting. 15 seconds left to go in the Bulldog power play. 5:05 left to go in the second. Weiss, Orn, and Lai up front. Tolley and Nimmo backing them up on defense. They win it back to Tolley, just out of his reach, and the Bulldogs will have to regroup. Somebody from Triad is excited that the Bulldogs won that faceoff. They had to retreat into their own zone to pick it up. Triad back to full strength. Tolley sends it up to Weiss, but that's cut off by Gillis. They fire one towards the net. Drennan makes a save and gets it covered up for a whistle with 4:37 left to go in the second. Got to wonder if Justin Lai is a natural center as he lined up there at the faceoff circle. Weiss on the draw. They win it back to Gillis. He'll fire a shot that goes wide all the way out into the neutral ice. Lai will bring it in. Gets it right in front. Battling over on the faceoff circle with Matheny. Comes over to Hicks. He'll fire a shot that goes just wide. Lai working down low in the corner. Orn chips it back. Triad's Matheny will get there first. They lift it out, and that'll find its way to Jacob Hirschbacher, who brings it in with Gillis on the wing, and they can't connect as Gillis had a wide open net there for an opportunity. Lai down the near glass, throws it in around Miller. Miller back to retreat, looking for the puck. He'll wind up through his defensive zone. Blazes forward. Jake the Snake Resman chips it away. Up to Gillis. And Jake the Snake comes away with it. Gets it over to Hauer. Hauer fakes the pass, but that'll bring the Bulldogs in offside for a whistle. We have 3:31 left to go in the second period. 4-1 Bulldogs is the score. Hoyt at the face-off circle with Hicks and Hauer. Triad wins it back. They almost turn it over to Cooper or to Landon Hicks. Nimmo sends it off the boards. High danger right there. Drennan right in front. He'll get it covered up. Oh, a love tap there from Reagan Dortch onto, is that Delaney? And the Triad folks were upset about that. That was Gilliman. Hoyt takes the draw. Triad sends it into the corner. Nimmo rims it around. That comes out to the point, and they can't hold at the blue line. And Triad will dump it back in. Nimmo picks it up in the corner. He ducks the hit. Hoyt over for Hicks. Hicks will chip it into the corner and go in on the forecheck. Hicks with it now. Tries to find Nemo. And that's cleared out. Gilliman picks it up, fires one towards the net. And Drennan with a routine glove save to melt it down with 2:38 left to go in the second period. 4-1 Bulldogs is the score. And everybody will go off for a change. Gunter on the draw. Brings it back to Tolley. Or somehow it makes its way to Tolley. Wallace trying for the stretch pass up to Rinder. He'll totally redeem himself as he brings it in, throws it just wide to Kadich. Oh, I almost thought he was going to glide there. That was close. Ravik throws it back into the zone. Triad's McDowell will clear it up the boards. Tolley reads that well, knocks it down low for Wallace. Wallace trying to work it in front, and Triad will clear that out. That's going to go all the way down. And not enough for the icing. Ravik, it stopped like on the goal line. Ravik over to Tolley. Back over to Ravik. Over to Rinder. He'll try the drop pass to Gunter. They at least get it out of the zone before it's thrown back down and in by Davis. And Ravik trying to chip it down. He'll get it up to Rinder. Rinder over to Wallace. And Triad with some extracurricular activity. Holds the stick of Rinder and somehow gets his glove off. Out to Ravik at the blue line. He fans on it. Tries to knock it away, and he's going to draw a tripping penalty. And they're going to send Ravik and Rinder. Rinder had a little something extra to say there about the referee not calling a play. So I'm sure he's going to call it an unsportsmanlike. And so now the Bulldogs will be on a 5-on-3. 5-on-3 penalty kill with 1:08 left to go. Resman wins it back, and Jake the Snake Resman will clear it out to center ice where Yerk will regroup. Referee gets in our way. And that'll go off a stick up into the Triad bench with 55 seconds left to go in the second period. Resman on the draw. Triad wins it back. They'll send it over to the near side. Miller brings it in. Hits a slippery spot in the ice. Drennan will set it up. He decides to go ahead and hold on to it. .45 seconds left to go in the second period. Another 1:37 left to go in the penalty kill. We'll get Nemo, Hoyt on the draw, and Hicks backing him up on defense. They win it back to Hicks, and he'll throw it all the way down the ice. Kadich will knock it away and sets it up for Yerk. Hirschbacher brings it in onside. Hoyt takes the body. They send it all the way out to the point for Blevins. He'll walk it in. And shot in a redirection goes in to make it 4-2 with 17 seconds left to go. Arabic will come out of the box. Hicks takes the face off. Gunter tries to dump it in. Triad clears it down the ice. And Resman will knock it all the way down. Kadich comes out to play it. He sends it up to Gillis. And as the seconds tick off, the Triad Knights will fire one on net. Granite will say no thank you. Konieczny warms up with a couple of rounds of the Macarena. It is playing, so I guess that is a bonus, but I don't know that I'd want to be caught on tape doing it. So Rinder must have been given a 2 and 10 for something, because Ammon's now in the box as well. He must be serving the last 52 seconds of the Rinder penalty. Hicks knocks it forward. And Triad will regroup into their own zone. That comes all the way down to Resman. Jake the Snake Resman will pick it up for the Bulldogs and clears it all the way down the ice. Hirschbacher brings it in. Tries to skate it in front. Drennan with a save. Rebound. Knocked away by Drennan. He gets another leg pad on it. Clears it out for Hicks. Hicks races in. Shot. Off the leg pad of Kadich. He'll pick up his own rebound. 11 seconds left to go in the Bulldog penalty. And what are they calling here? A slash? Hicks is going to go to the box on a slashing. So the Bulldogs will be back on a 5-on-3 for the next 6 seconds. And now another 2 minutes for the Hicks slashing penalty. So another big opportunity here for Triad. Hoyt will take the draw. And the two Resman brothers are out. And Josh will lift that all the way down the ice. Kadich will set it up for Urick. Urick winds up behind his own net. Bulldogs back to 4-on-5 as Weiss will hit the ice. Weiss with a block shot. Rosenberg brings it up the near boards, out to Gillis at the point. He'll fire one in. Drennan will make a save. And that should have been offside there. It is. They find Hoyt with an open move. Hoyt forehand backhand. Goal! What a move as Hoyt gets Kadich to bite and buries it for a shorthanded goal, his second tonight, to make it 5-2 Bulldogs. With 12:33 left to go in the second period. And the Bulldogs extend their lead. Nimmo comes on the ice. Perschbacher defended by Josh Resman. Nimmo tries to clear it out, but it's up into a net, into the netting. .17 left to go in the third. Hoyt on the faceoff. Davis tries to come away with it. Nimmo rims it around. And that'll come out. That was offside. They'll have to tag up. And the referee points all the way down the ice. So it'll be a defensive zone faceoff for Triad as they played it intentionally when they were tagging up. 52 seconds left to go in the Hicks slashing penalty. Hoyt on the draw, takes the body. He's tripped right in front of the referee, but by Matheny, no call. Gunter dances it, fires a shot, and a glove save by Kadich with 11:55 left to go in the third. 5-2 Bulldogs is the score. Josh Resman out with Jax Horn. Backed up by Ravik and Nimmo. Rimmed around. Horn throws it back down and in. Keeps getting foggier by the minute here at Granite. Resman tries to knock it away from Davis. They'll bring it in. Toe drag move around to Ravik. They try to set it up in front. Brennan's got it covered up. He'll hold on to it for a whistle with 11:30 left to go in the third period. 17 seconds left to go before the Bulldogs are back to full strength. It's been back-to-back-to-back penalties. 2 5-on-3s that they've had to kill off. Resman wins it back to Ravik. He'll clear it out. That'll come to the blue line. Settled by Triad. They send it over to the near side. Oh, off of Ravik's head. Resman over to Gunter. Gunter, toe drag move. He's in. Forehand, back in. Goal! And it's 6-2 Bulldogs with 11:10 left to go in the third period. I believe the Bulldogs were technically back to full strength. Hoyt on the draw with Hicks and Ammon. Backed up by Tolley and Cooper Hicks. Hoyt gets it into the zone. McDowell holds on to it for Triad. Hicks knocks it away from Gillis. He'll drive the zone, and Ammon will drop back to D. That comes out to the blue line, and Tolley will reset. He tries to clear it up, but not enough to get there. Hoyt will pick up the loose puck over to Hicks. He'll dump it down and in. Hammond races in on the forecheck. Rimmed around out to the point for Cooper Hicks. He'll battle with Gillis. Knocked away and back out. Triad brings it in. Into the corner. They send it back out to the point. They fire one, blocked by Hoyt. And it's the referee. I'm not sure what. The referee stepped on the puck trying to get out of the way, and the Bulldogs hit a 2-on-0 going the opposite direction. 10 minutes left to go in the third period. 6-2 is the score. Hicks brings it in over the blue line, fires one off a stick, and that'll go up off the glass. Hicks battles with Urich. Weiss comes in to help. He'll take the cross check. And it's back the other way. They fire a shot that goes high over the head of Drennan. Cooper Hicks comes in, takes the body of Gillis. Resman tries to clear it out. He'll fire it back off another referee. Levens fires a shot off the glove of Drennan and in. 9:22 left to go in the third period, and it's 6-3 as Triad finds the twine. Been some lucky referee interactions go the way of Triad as the ref stops a 2-on-0 and then holds the zone for him as well, and it leads to a Triad goal. Nothing intentional, of course, just luck of the draw. Resman wins it forward. They'll bring it in. Perschbacher walks it in front, fires a shot that goes off of Dortch and wide. Perschbacher from the corner sends it out to the point. Shot goes off a body and wide. Wallace will clear it out. That'll come all the way down. Resman will get set up. Sends it over to Dortch. Dortch tries to clear it up, but Rosenberg will cut that off. Over to Perschbacher, fires a shot, and a glove save by Drennan. He'll freeze it for a whistle with 8:44 left to go in the third frame. 6-3, Bulldogs have the lead. Hoyt on the draw. They win it. Triad wins it back. They fire a shot. Oh, a save by Arabic. After the save by Drennan, Orn over to Lai. He'll bring it in wide. Throws the brakes on behind the net. Sends it out to Arabic. He'll fire one. And a glove save by Kadich. Oh, Lai comes in. He's getting feisty. $8:20 left to go in the third, and tensions are rising. They're not going to call a thing. They're just going to let him play. Hoyt wins it back over to Orn to Arabic. Nimmo driving the zone. Sends it through the crease. Arabic knocks it away. Perschbacher with it. Fires shot saved by Drennan. Out to the point by Triad. Orn gets a stick in the lane. Hoyt brings it down over to Orn. Orn shot. Oh, goes just wide. Rebound right out in front. Nimmo fires another one, and Kadich will make a save and freeze it for a whistle. 7:44 left to go in the third. 6-3 Bulldogs is the score. Hicks wins it back. It goes off a skate and over towards Hauer. Triad will take possession. They bring it out. Cooper Hicks up to Zach Hauer. He'll clear it out. Looking for Gunter, but it's a bit wide. Over to the near glass for Carey. He'll fire one towards the net. Drennan will chip it to the corner for Tolley. Tolley with some room. Clears it out. Looking for Hicks. He leads him just right. Hicks brings it in. Fires a shot. Rebound Hauer. Oh, Kadich gets out there and makes a save, and that's cleared all the way down the ice for an icing whistle with 7:10 left to go in the third period. I'm telling you what, if you paid your $5 to get in tonight, you're getting your money's worth with some back and forth hockey. I don't care which team you're here rooting for. It's a good time. Hicks, Gunter, and Hauer up front, backed up by Tolley and Cooper Hicks. Urich picks up the faceoff win. Hicks tries to chip it over to Tolley. Drennan with a save. They try to work it down low. Oh, and it chips up off a stick and over Drennan on a pop fly to make it 6-4 with 6:57 left to go in the third. And Gillis will get the goal. Out to take the face-off will be Resman, Ammon, and Weiss, backed up by Oravik and Jake the Snake Resman. Oravik gets it up to Weiss. He'll try to chip it up the boards. He's tripped. No call on the play. Oravik clears it out. And Triad looks to regroup. Weiss picks it up. Gets his pocket picked by Perschbacher. He'll drive the net. Drennan will stick it away to the corner. Over to the far boards. Weiss comes in, takes the cross check. And Ammon tries to let it go. Resman skates it out of the zone. He'll chip it north. Holding on to that puck. And Resman holding on to it. Tries to drive it down low. Hammond comes in, takes the body of a guy. I like it. I like it. And Perschbacher tries to knock it away. Resman takes offense on a hit from Davis, I do believe, and he's going to go to the box. And the Bulldogs will be back on the penalty kill, I would imagine. We're going to send one of each. So it'll be, I believe they give them both 10 minutes. So that'll do it for Josh Resman for the game and Tyler Davis. 5:55 left to go in the third period. 6-4 Bulldogs is the score. Hoyt wins it back to Resman. Resman up to Hicks. Hicks throws it way down and in. Hoyt will get there into the corner. Skates it around Matheny. Sends it out to Resman. Resman fires one. Looking for the redirection from Hicks. Comes out to the point for Oravik. He gloves it down. Sends it over to Hicks in the corner. Hicks fires off the pipe. You can't see much of anything as the fog is now rising off the ice. Oravik sends it over cross corner for Gunter. Gunter turns, fires, and a glove save by Kadich to freeze it. With 5:07 left to go in the third period. 6-4 Bulldogs, they have the lead. Hoyt, Hicks, and Gunter up front. Hoyt wins it forward. He'll work it over to Hicks. Hicks fires a shot. Leg pad saved by Kadich. Nobody home in front. That's cleared out. Resman over to Gunter. He'll fire it into the zone as the Bulldogs will go off for a change. And Triad will get set up. They clear it out. Resman over to Nemo. He'll chip it and chase. And how is that not interference if he doesn't have the puck and a hit? Nemo comes away with it. Fires a shot. That goes wide. Up to Perschbacher. Perschbacher in all by himself. Forehand backhand. Saved by Drennan. Oravik clears it out to the point for Orn. Orn leads it up for Nemo. Nemo goes into the corner. He battles with McDowell. It's rimmed around, out to the point. Tolley will double back into his own zone, sends it over to Cooper Hicks. Hicks over for Orn. He'll fire it across corner, and Weiss will go in on the forecheck. Kadich out to play it. Tolley going to pinch, and it's chipped back out. Hirschbacher tied up there by Hicks. Hoyt trying to clear it out. That comes right out front. Drennan with the save. Hoyt picks it and lofts it out into neutral ice, where Triad will regroup. They throw it back into the zone. Cooper Hicks around the inboards for Tolley. Back around for Hicks. He'll try to set it up for Hoyt, but it's just behind him. And Triad will lift that in. How is that not an icing whistle? As he lofted it from the blue line, cleared out by the Bulldogs. Weiss or Urick will throw it down and in, and they'll tag up. Weiss clears it out, and that they're going to call an icing on. They'll take the face-off just to the right of Drennan with 2:52 left to go. And we'll have a timeout as both teams will take this opportunity to talk about strategy. Score is 6-4 Bulldogs. 2:52 left to go in the game. Referee very worried that Highland hasn't headed back out yet, but Triad is also still at the bench. Face off just to the right of Drennan. Resman on the draw. We've got Nimmo, Gunter, Hicks, and Ravik out. One over to Hicks. He'll feather it up to Resman. Resman with the stretch pass over for Gunter, and that'll go off a blade up into the Triad bench. And that's why everybody's wearing helmets but coaches up there in the bench. Young Mr., I believe that's Jackson McFarland. Almost got a little more than what he bargained for. Face off at center ice. Triad wins it back. They chip it up the near boards to Gillis. He blows a tire. They throw one towards the net, and Drennan will make a glove save. And no rebound opportunity. 2:34 left to go in the third. 6-4 Bulldogs is the score. Resman wins it into the corner for Nimmo. Drennan getting in on it there. He's getting some checking as they're battling right in front of the crease. Shot saved by Drennan. And Nimmo will lift that out and into the time clock. And Drennan's got something going on with him. Based off Coach Weiss, I'm guessing he got something there after the clear out. And he's down again. So Drennan's up and moving. 2:17 left to go in the third. 6-4 is the score. Hoyt on the draw. Wins it back into the corner to himself. He'll fire it down the ice. And they're going to call icing on that with 2:09 left to go in the third. Hoyt on the draw. Perschbacher wins it. Resman takes the body, gets it up to Hoyt. He'll fire it out of the zone. Weiss will wind up. McDowell gets there first. They turn it over to Render. Render walks it in, tries to fire a shot, and it's knocked away. He'll dance it down low with 1:50 left to go in the game. He'll circle the net, drops it back down low for Weiss. Held at the blue line by Hoyt. He'll chip it back down and in. Picked away by Weiss. He'll take it into the corner. Out to the point. Resman will regroup. Sends it over to Cooper Hicks. Hicks over to Resman. Trying to get it back up to Weiss. It's picked away by Triad. Perschbacher brings it in. Hoyt takes the body. They try to center it. Cut off by Resman. And he'll fire that down the ice. And we'll get an icing whistle. And that went off of a body there in the Bulldog defensive zone. 1:06 left to go in the game. And Triad's going to call for a timeout. And I would imagine they're also going to pull the goaltender. .105 left to go in the game. 6-4 Bulldogs is the score. Resman, Hicks, Nimmo, Gunter, and Aravik out to take the face off just to the left of Drennan. Empty net for Triad. Resman wins it back. Aravik will fire it down the ice. And we'll get another face-off to the left of Drennan. That killed off 6 seconds. Let's do that 10 more times. Gunter with it. He'll clear it out of the zone. And that'll go up into the Bulldog bench. Face-off will be just off the Bulldog blue line. 50 seconds left to go. One back by Triad. Hicks in on the forecheck. Cut off. Resman clears it out. He'll bring that in onside. Perschbacher tries to drive it forward. Shot saved by Drennan. And cleared back out by the Bulldogs with 27 seconds left to go in the game. 6-4 the score. Resman to take the draw again. He wins it over to Hicks, and Hicks will clear it out. Hicks in on the forecheck. Triad lifts it D to D. Stretch pass. Nemo will let some time click off the clock. And that'll do it. Your Bulldogs will get the 6-4 win against the Triad Knights. Granite will get his first varsity win. I want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. Everybody have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you back at the rink.